and a warm welcome to all you wonderful people out there. I am Dr. Suhani Mendonça, and I welcome you to my talk show, Tete at Suvees Power Meet, in collaboration with Business Goa, the very first business magazine of Goa. And today we have indeed an amazing guest with us again from Goa. Every time on every Saturday when we do this, when I do my talk show and I have a guest from Goa, you all must have noticed I always wear sunglasses or I wear a cap because virtually I feel that I'm in Goa. But today I am pretty formally dressed because our guest is such that I needed to do that. And as you can see, I'm flashing my BNI card too. So, without much ado, let's welcome none other than Mr. Rajkumar Kamat. A big round of applause. The Executive
Thank,
Director of Business Networking International, BNI Goa region. And we are so happy to have you today on
thank you,
Trinidad at Suvis Power
thank you,
Meet.
Dr. Suhani. Thank you, Dr. Suhani. It is my honor, and thank you, all the people around.
Thank you. And a big thank you to Mr. Harshvardhan and his wonderful wife, Urvaja, for this brilliant collaboration that they have with Tete at Suvis. And every week we get such wonderful guests from Goa. It's only thanks to them. So, without much ado, I'd like to introduce to all you viewers our guest for today. Mr. Rajkumar Kamat, that's right. He is a mechanical engineer, promoter of EP Kamat Group, and ISO certified manufacturer and exporter of FRP doors, bio toilets, fire doors, and other architectural products, having won two national awards and focused on contributing towards a clean and green and safe planet. Wow, that's brilliant, Mr. Kamat. Miss, it doesn't end here. There's lots more. He has made employment creation through entrepreneurial growth in his life and as his life's mission, and has been taking this forward through various responsibilities like first of all, I told you he's the ED of BNI. Then he's the regional partner of Venture Catalyst, which is a startup mentoring and investment organization. He's the president of Vibrant Goa Foundation. He's the immediate past president of Goa State Industries Association of India. He is also the founder president of the Goa chapter, Fire and Security Association of India. He's the managing trustee of Goa Entrepreneurs Mentoring Services Trust. He's the ex-director, Goa Industrial Development Corporation, and a member of the Investment Promotion Board, Government of Goa. Oh, that was quite a list. So, uh, he was presented the Business Enabler Year Award at the Business Goa Awards for Corporate Excellence, adding another feather into his cap. He was yet again bestowed with an accolade at the BNI All India Leadership Conference in recognition for the outstanding contribution to the growth of BNI India. His key successes are that he listens and understands rather than to respond, and his positivity, which helps in converting problems into opportunities. Mr. Rajkumar Kamat, it's indeed an honor to have you once again on my talk show, Jere at Suvis Palmi. Thank you so much. So, uh, really would want to know, how, I mean, did you ever think of even starting, a platform like BNI in Goa? And that too, this year is a special year for you all because it's your 10th anniversary, 10 years presence of BNI in Goa, thanks to you because you started it all. So do tell us about it, very, very keen on knowing it. I think there's a bit of a network lag, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing that you asked about BNI, let me just this is
Right.
a story. Let me just share it with you. It was way back in
Sure.
2008, 2009. I was
Right.
that time the honorary secretary of Goa State Industries Association, and I was asked to form and chair micro industries development cell. The cell
Right.
was constituted. We discussed about the major pain points, which
Right.
micro industries have, and we identified two.
Right.
One was the paperwork because this is one man show, and the second was market. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
and we started working on this again, going to the government to reduce the bureaucratic paperwork.
Right.
Now, there was a scheme within the government called as the price preference rate contract scheme, which was being done through Goa GHR SSIDC, that is normally called as Goa Handicrafts, as the nodal
Right.
agency. That means if government
Right.
departments have a lot of, if they have a requirement which can be serviced by the small industries in Goa, okay,
Right.
the industries could register with the Goa Handicrafts, and
Hmm.
these requirements would be routed. However, this was on paper. We found it very, people were not actually following this. Therefore, what was
Right.
done was, I was taken on the board of GHR SSIDC. We tried to strengthen this, but ultimately we found, yes, things improved from 4 crores. The next year it was 10
Right.
crores. But we found at the end of 1 year that effort was so much, but what we were, results what we were getting was very little. I was also
Right.
thinking of how we could target how we could target the private market. And incidentally, in
Right.
July 2009, I was in Pune. I was mesmerized by what I
Okay.
saw, and this was my business to passing of referrals. I knew we had an answer to what we were seeking
Uh,
here in Goa. BNI
right.
encompassed all sectors, not just manufacturing, which GSI
Right.
focused on,
Right.
but then
Right.
it, everybody could actually grow their businesses.
Right.
Now, from there, I got in touch with Mr. Neeraj Shah, the national director,
Right. That then.
talk to
Right.
him. Now, at that particular point of time, as you were just saying, BNI in Goa question mark. Okay. In fact, at that
Right.
particular point of time, they were looking at the metros, and nowhere was Goa on their radar. But after I explained the things to him, he
Right.
said, "Fine, possibly we could look at it," and we went to launch a chapter. But I knew
Right.
it would take quite a bit of my time, so I put my organization on a auto mode, and
Right.
in December I started working on the launch of
Mhm.
BNI chapter in Goa. And the first chapter, BNI Upfront, was launched to launch the first chapter.
Mhm.
So that's how BNI got started in
Super.
Goa. It was a need of
Wow.
the
Fantastic stuff.
industry, which
Right.
we were trying to find a solution, and we found a solution.
Wow, fantastic. It's really amazing how you saw, I mean, the fact that you attended a BNI meeting and then you saw the benefits of it. And as you said, that yes, BNI is a platform which has includes each and every industry, and not only products but the services too. So it's a
Absolutely.
fantastic platform indeed, Mr. Kamath. And of course, it was your vision that you saw, and today uh, we've had a decade of BNI in Goa, and that's thanks to you. That's fantastic indeed.
It's
Well,
thanks to all the people involved. It is
yes,
thanks
yes,
to
yes.
all the people involved. That's a BNIs. I may
Absolutely.
have just closed the street. Yeah.
Totally. But you need that someone to begin. You
Yes.
need
Yes.
that someone to start. And that was none other than Mr. Rajkumar Kamat. Well, as we move ahead, really would like to know, at what point that you realized. I mean, of course, you saw the pain points, and that's why you felt that BNI is the apt um, platform for Goa. But at what point did you realize that there's even scope for Goa, grow it, for organizations in Goa?
Yeah. If you are talking about growth for BNI in Goa, let me
Yes.
tell you,
Yeah.
having launched BNI Upfront in April 2010, we were sitting pretty, members growing their businesses, learning
Okay.
things, families bonding, generally enjoying the journey. Okay, this was just one chapter. One of
Right.
my close friends, architect David Borkar, who was
Right.
located in
Right.
Margao, had been pushing me
Right.
to start a chapter in South Goa.
Right.
Knowing the
Right.
time
Right.
constraints involved and the time involved, I was not sure whether I could handle it, and I was postponing the
Right.
decision. One day,
Right.
Mr. Manoj Patil, the first president of APRAN, invited
Right.
the then opposition leader and India's
Right.
dynamic visionary leader, late Manohar Parrikar, as the special guest.
Right. Right.
After going through the entire meeting, he was impressed by the positive energy, the transparency, and the potential of BNI. And he
True.
suggested that we take this to nooks and corners of the state and pass on the opportunity to entrepreneurs throughout Goa. So while we knew that there is a scope for its growth, the requisite
Right.
push and vision was provided by our late Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar. This is what I believe. After that, there was no
Right.
looking back. uh,
Right.
uh, I
Right.
requested architect Borkar to take on the responsibility of launching the chapter. We had one
Right.
Mr. Ajay Gramopadhyay who took on the responsibility of mentoring the new chapter, and the second
Right.
chapter, BNI Madgram, was launched in February 2011. Okay.
Super.
After that, BNI just grew, and today we have 13 chapters
Fantastic.
in
Fantastic.
Goa with nearly
Right.
560 members.
Right. Right. Super. Super. That's
In fact, just one more thing which I wanted to add possibly
right.
is at this
Right.
point of time, Mr. Murli Srinivasan, the district director,
Yeah.
came and explained to me how the regional team can be formed. Okay,
Right.
and we went by that advice, formed a regional team. At this, and then what we did was we brainstormed in
Hmm.
what should our vision be. So
Right.
even before, I had thought of that employment generation would be my area of focus. Okay, but we defined the vision
Right.
here. Defined the vision as helping
Right.
1,000+ entrepreneurs generate new business of 1,000 crores per annum, thereby creating employment for 10,000. This was the vision we created way
Fantastic.
back in 2012,
Fantastic.
and we have been
Fantastic.
moving
Super.
towards this vision steadily, but now accelerated the pace in this 10th year of anniversary.
Excellent. Wow. This calls for another round of applause, Mr. Kaman. That's brilliant. BNI is a platform. I was really taken up by BNI, by its philosophy of givers gain specifically, and I think that's a fantastic philosophy that it has. So, if I was to ask you, the values of BNI International, as you have seen it, holding the organization strongly, and it's thrived for the last decade. So what are the other values that you saw that of BNI, which has helped BNI sustain for 10 years in Goa?
Yes, absolutely, Dr. Suwani. You are absolutely right. It's not. Can you hear me, Dr. Suwani?
Yes, yes, I can hear you very clearly, very clearly. Please
Okay,
continue,
okay.
Mr. Kamat.
So as I said, ultimately yeah, holding this organization for 10 years is a result of course, the values of BNI. Okay, and
Right,
BNI's core philosophy is givers gain. I believe it is
right.
an extension of the universal phenomena of what goes around comes around.
Comes around.
Besides
True.
this, BNI's seven core values include positive attitude, lifelong learning, supportive relationships, tradition and innovation, accountability and recognition. Being a BNI member, you would be aware of this. Okay, and all this synced very well with my own attitude, my own perception to the my life journey. Now, here the
Right.
members are initiated into the system through continuous training and education. Every activity we carry on in BNI, including the weekly meetings, further these core values. Givers are
Mm-hmm.
recognized all along the way. At the end, we have members in the chapters who continuously work identifying business opportunities for their fellow members, with more or
Mm,
less everyone working with the same attitude of giving. Uh, Everyone benefits. Okay, so that's
right.
what the thing has been. Now, as
Right.
supportive relationships develop uh,
Mm,
among the entrepreneurs as members of BNI, and they get deeply bonded, regular socials to also happen with
mm,
and without family. Okay,
mm,
with this sort of a bonding, BNI has become a complete package of business, fun, and close support system and learning. Uh,
mm.
of course, personal growth and evolution is a part of it. So, with this
Abs-
full package, that no wonder that
mm.
people would not like to leave BNI. Okay, and people would like to be a part of BNI. So, therefore, it has, as you rightly mentioned, these are the core values which I believe has been able to uh, hold the organization strongly and
Together, yeah.
thrive over the last 10 years.
10 years,
uh,
10
and
years.
Absolutely. So primarily it is of the efforts of the BNI team and the unique system of BNI which has helped make this happen.
Yes, that's fantastic. If I may ask you, what I'd really like to get a little bit of an insight, on the where the numbers are concerned, chapter wise, sector wise. If you could give us a
Okay.
little
Yeah.
insight on that.
Yeah. I will just do a summary instead of going
Yes,
into too
yes,
much of
yes,
detail.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
The first chapter of BNI Aprant, which is the largest chapter with 80 members, has generated a business of 350 crores so far. Just one chapter. Okay,
wow,
and
wow,
people join BNI for business, and if they start getting business, nothing like it. The second chapter,
absolutely.
BNI Mudgram, is
Mm,
presently in the top 20 in All India chapter traffic lights and is expected to move to top 10. In fact, I think it has moved to top 10 by end of September. Okay, we will know the
excellent.
next week. We will know the exact thing. So, I mean, in the whole of India, when this is happening, it's definitely worthwhile mentioning it. The other chapters, which are Dynamic, Champions, Elegance, Mandavi, Samudra, Titans, Gateway, Odyssey, Synergy, Tycoons, and Coastal Stars too have been growing in different degrees. Each chapter is
Right.
growing, every chapter is growing. The degrees are different. You'll be happy to
Mhm.
know that despite pandemic, BNI Goa members have generated a business to the level of 81% of the business generated during the same period last year. So, in short, the
Excellent.
pandemic has hardly affected.
Affected.
Okay.
Okay.
And recently, last week itself, BNI Goa touched the magic figure of 1,500 crores of
Wow.
cumulative business generated.
Excellent. Excellent.
1,000 crores of it,
Fantastic.
Dr. Suhani,
Yeah.
has
Yes.
absolutely, and 1,000 crores of this, Dr. Suhani, has come out, has been generated in the last 4 years itself. And
Wow.
in the last 4 years, we were stabilizing at around 500 members. So this averages out to more than rupees 50 lakhs per member per annum. Okay, so that's
Excellent.
the sort of a business that we have been able to
Right.
generate for the members. We are presently
Right.
560 members from 13 chapters and moving at a
Yeah.
very fast pace towards our goal of 1,000 by this year end. Three chapters. This is we are you are thinking of Goa today. We are 13, but we are planning to launch six more chapters in the next 6 months. So by the
Excellent.
end of 20,
Excellent.
yes, absolutely. Uh, we are looking at having a business of 1 crore per member per month by next year end. Okay, so that's our target. Because why we want to do this is because with 1,000 members and each one getting 1 crore per this one, it would be generating a business of 1,000 crores, and that will generate
Right.
employment for 10,000 people, and that's our goal.
My God, fantastic, Mr. Kamat. Super. This is really great to know how BNI, the platform, has taken off so well in the entire state of Goa, and it's really brilliant. And I can see the future being only bright and brighter and brightest. So that's awesome. So, you have been mentioning, and I know any organization cannot work without a fantastic team, but you have been really talking about the BNI team. So, if you could tell us more about it and give us more insight about it, please.
Surely, surely. Though I may have sown the seeds of BNI in Goa, and I'm overseeing the progress, BNI in Goa has been nurtured and grown by many of the passionate BNI stalwarts who have volunteered their time, experience, efforts to bring it to the level that it has reached.
Right,
Today, the North and South Goa
right,
regions are being led by Mr. Andre Shackleton and Mr. Parag Lodiekar. And they are, of course, ably supported by a team of senior director consultants, architect Devdutt Borkar, Arman Bankley, Ajay Gramopadhyay, Valerie Fernandez, Anand Chatterjee,
right,
and besides a host of other leaders.
right,
Prior to
right,
that, we had Mr. Rasik Naik, Mr. Manoj Patil, Mr. Vinay Verma, Mr. Dinesh Dulapkar, Mr. Rohit Mehta, and my own daughter, Nimisha Kamat Natkarni, all of whom have contributed substantially for BNI Goa from start to reaching 500 plus strong membership base. And of course, along with the directors and ambassadors who have put in a lot of efforts to make this happen.
right.
So,
That's
that's the team. Absolutely a selfless, passionate team.
Yes, kudos to all of them, Mr. Kamath, and under the able leadership of you and the fantastic work of the team members. Uh, BNI Goa is absolutely rocking, as we can see, and a lot of business happening. So that's fantastic. So that takes me to ask you, a little, a different question. What are the events and programs which are conducted and make you feel proud, and why?
Yeah, as you know, in BNI we conduct a lot of events.
Yes.
We have every 6 month a members day or an awards night in order to recognize the givers. Okay, but if you ask me some of those which I would say have impacted me, and I've been proud of. I would call about it as a Goa Biz Fest, which was organized by BNI. We started in
Mm-hmm.
2015, but in 2016, we had the chairman and CEO of BNI India Global, that is Mr. Graham Wemiller, who had come there. Okay, uh, when he came there and saw the sort of fact that we had involved all the industry associations, the government was
Mm-hmm.
involved, and the young budding entrepreneurs were being felicitated. was extremely impressed by what he saw. His small interaction with the then defense minister, Mr. Manohar Parrikar, was also very close to his heart. In fact, that full year, wherever he traveled, from the
Right.
feedback that I got, is he was talking about his visit to Goa and Goa Biz Fest as the event that has impacted most in that particular year. I
Yes.
was very proud to hear that. Besides that, of course, we had Goa Biz Fest in the 2018 Goa Biz Fest. It was a 3 day affair instead of 1 day early in the earlier ones. Okay, now
Mhm.
here we had fantastic speakers, and we covered different segments. Whether it is construction and real estate, whether it is IT, we construction we covered many of this one sectors.
Yes.
Here we also had Mr. Manohar Parrikar at
Mhm.
that time talking to us, interacting with us about his vision for Goa. Okay,
Ex-
and this was just, yeah, and this was February 2018, just 1 week before he was diagnosed for the life-threatening disease. Okay, possibly this was one of his last major public event. Okay, so
Right.
we that is, I think that particular event created a lot of impact within the community, and that led uh, us also to think big. Okay, and therefore the next year in 2019 we decided
Mm.
to go in for Vibrant Goa Global Expo and Summit. Okay, uh,
Okay.
yes, this was the whole idea here was you know to make entrepreneurs not just look at business within Goa, but
Right.
beyond the boundaries. Okay, and therefore this was a global expo. It was an historic event for the first time being held in Goa.
Right.
We had BNI initiated it, nurtured it. Okay,
Right.
and then it was sort of we Vibrant Goa Foundation was formed, who ultimately executed it. We had more than 560 overseas delegates attending this particular event, and it was such a fantastic, positive experience. We very proud of being part of it, and a lot of people supported, of course, in this whole thing, which includes Vibrant Goa Foundation chairman Mr. Nitin Kukalekar. We had Dr. Jagat Shah, who was
Right.
our chief mentor, and we had
Right.
Padma Vibhushan Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar as our chairman of the board of advisors. Okay,
Right.
and
Right.
we got fantastic support from the chief minister, Dr. Pramod Sawant. He was
Mhm.
solidly behind this particular initiative, and that made the whole things much simpler and much grander. I'm really proud of what we did, as a team at that particular point of time. That is 2019, 1 year back, exactly in October.
My God, that is amazing. So, our platform, BNI, which has got the entire state of Goa involved, I'm not only talking about the entrepreneurs, but everyone involved. I think that's so brilliant. What an
Absolutely.
amazing initiative, and it's so good to see that everybody has become a part of it, and now it's like and hence it's growing more and more and more. So that's fantastic to see. Great to see that, Mr. Kamat. We've so far we've only been talking about, of course, BNI, which has been fantastic. But now I'd really, because we pressed with time too, so I'd really like to know from you. Please give us a little more insight about what your company does, Mr. Kamat. As in, you play so many different roles. You're the where you're the promoter of Kamat Group, and a whole lot of responsibilities there. Then you also are the regional partner of venture catalyst. So please, if you could give us a little more insight of what all is uh, uh, what all is happening out there, and what is the future plans that you have.
Yeah, referring to my own company, EP Kamat Group, the EP actually stands for environment protection, and the way we do it is environment protection through engineering products. Okay, so today, I mean, this is something which we have been doing right since '91 when we started this.
Mhm,
Today we have products like fiberglass doors, FRP doors, which replace the wooden doors. Okay, thereby
mhm,
saving trees.
mhm.
So in short, we are like I would say work helping make the environment greener. Okay,
Right. Great.
we also have biodigested. Another product that we supply, manufacture and supply is biodigested toilets. The
Mhm,
biodigested technology we got from DRDO, that is Defense Research Development Organization, and
mhm.
these toilets have helped Goa. Today we are having Goa as a defecation, open defecation free area. Okay, and these toilets have been used. I'm extremely happy to be a part of that mission. So in short, this product of mine helps in keeping the environment clean. Okay,
Great.
and now finally, we also have we also supply fire retardant doors and passive fire protection system to enhance the safety. So basically, EP Kamat Group therefore has been contributing towards a clean, green, and safe planet. So that's what
Mhm.
our mission of EP Kamat Group is. Okay,
Excellent.
and I'm extremely happy that my passion is being shared by my team members, who are a
Right.
part of EP Kamat Group, because as you
Right.
said, having being involved in so many organizations, I hardly
Right.
get time to focus on EP business as such, but they do the job extremely well, maybe better
Correct.
than what I could have done myself.
So, as we mentioned that team is so important. Whether it's BNI or whether it's your own organization, I think our team is our strength. And that's what takes us forward and makes us do the most challenging things in the most easiest way. So it's been amazing to know about your organization, too, Mr. Kamath. And if you could quickly tell us,
Talk about others.
the other organizations too,
Okay, I just this
the
one
uh,
while
the venture
yeah,
catalysts one, this, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll just talk about them very briefly. In
Yes.
Venture Catalyst, we identify. I mean, basically, the idea is to invest into startups, but not only just invest, but mentor the
Mm,
startups as well. Okay, so
mm,
Dr. Apurva Ranjan Sharma is the president. There are founders there sitting in Mumbai, but I'm the
correct.
regional partner for here in Goa. So what we try to do is
Right.
identify startups, who could be appraised. Okay, and based on the
Mm-hmm.
appraisal, they get investment. The investors also are identified who would like to invest into startups, and so that matchmaking happens. But it happens on a
Right.
platform where you can be very confident that the startups are being mentored, and the success rate of these startups is very high. In fact, in the 100 startups that have been mentored and invested into, so far only there has been a failure of one. Okay, so
Okay.
that's a fantastic success rate by any standards in a startup world.
Right.
Secondly, I'm also part of GEMS Goa Entrepreneurs Mentoring Services Trust. I'm also a part of Goa State Industries Association, where we try to work with the government on improving the entrepreneurial climate. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm also on the board, government's investment promotion board. Now, if you look at
Right.
all my assignments, they are totally aligned to my own personal mission of
Mm,
employment generation through entrepreneurial growth. So every organization that I'm a part of, and to whatever extent I can contribute, I do it because it is totally aligned to my personal mission of employment generation to entrepreneurial growth. So this is
right.
how I got associated. I mean, my
Right.
criteria is very simple in associating. Okay,
Right.
whether it furthers my own personal mission.
Right. Fantastic, Mr. Kamath. What an amazing conversation we've had today to see the growth, the entrepreneurial side growth in Goa over the last decade, thanks to our international well known platform, BNI, and the seeds were sown by none other than Mr. Rajkumar Kamat, who's present here on my talk show, Tete at Suvees Farm Meet, in collaboration with Business Goa. It's a fantastic journey that you all have had, and I can see it continuing brilliantly with a whole lot more entrepreneurs coming with a whole lot more business happening and whole lot more business in exchanging with entrepreneurs from all over, not only from Goa but from the other states too. So it is fantastic. We've had the most amazing and insightful conversation with you, Mr. Rajkumar Kamat. It's been so inspiring listening to you. And kudos to you and your entire team. Fantastic. Really, salute you all. I would
Thank
like
you.
to know.
Yeah, go ahead.
uh, Yeah, so I'd like to know if you all have any presence of yours on any of the social media handles, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If there is, if you could tell us about it.
Are you talking about BNI
BNI, of course, is very
or
much
EP? EP.
present.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
EP Kamath.
Yeah, we do have it, but I will possibly send it to you. But
Yes,
very
please.
important is when you said kudos to us, I would also like to say kudos to BNI for what it is doing. Okay,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
helping us do a lot of value addition in the society. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes. Thank you so much once again. A big thank you to all you lovely viewers who've always supported Tete at Suvi's, my talk show. Thank you for being here. And before we go, would like to urge you and request you to kindly go on my YouTube channel, that's Dr. Sohani Mendonça, and kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as you have seen, the wonderful, inspiring conversation that we've had with Mr. Rajkumar Kamat out here. So, all you entrepreneurs who have heard about BNI, just go find the closest BNI to you and join it without hesitation. And without much ado, we would say bye bye and thank you to all of you all. But before going, as I always say on each and every episode of mine, all you wonderful people out there, if there is something bothering you and worrying you, please don't keep it bottled up inside you. Please go and find a friend who you trust, a family member or you trust, who you can speak to about it. Because you never know, the problem which is bothering you could be bothering somebody else also, and it could be a solution for someone else too, and you would help someone too. So it's all about giving, it's all about helping, it's all about being there for your loved ones and for the people who require the support and help. So be there yourself. Stay safe, be positive, all you lovely people. Thank you once again, Mr. Rajkumar Kamat. A
Thank
big thank you to Business Goa, to Mr. Harshvardhan and his lovely wife, Urvaja. And a big
thank you
thank
very much.
you to all you wonderful viewers. We've had a whole lot of viewers joined us today, Mr. Kamat. We shall send you on your WhatsApp about it. And we say bye bye to all of you all. Mr. Kamat, if you could say bye bye to everyone.
Bye bye everyone, and thank you very much. It was
Bye
wonderful
bye.
speaking, Dr. Swami, to you.
Yeah, yeah. Bye bye. Thank you. God bless. Have a great evening, you lovely people, and a fantastic weekend ahead. Bye bye. Happy networking, as we say it in BNI.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.